Hello my guy, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm gonna try and make your life easier by teaching you some sentiments from Prem that you can use for Weekend League, and they are gonna be absolutely golden. I don't want you to waste coins, so I'm only gonna teach you things that actually are gonna perform for you. Now, first of all, I always like to ask the question, who is your current Weekend League or whatever player for your mid in midfield? Who are you using? I always like to see on the comments and maybe tell you, yo, you should be using a different one. And then next thing I would like to ask you is to follow. It doesn't cost you any end to follow, and you're gonna follow anyways, because when you have another question like this for another position, you're gonna find one of my videos, and we're gonna make it to 100k by the end of the year, so you may as well join now. Now let's dive right into it, my guy. First, what are we looking in a sentiment? Well, personally, and I don't like to just go with what I want, but I want to also help you a bit. In a sentiment, a lot of people look for players that can move the ball forward, sort of like Thiago in real life, but good in FIFA, because Thiago is a player that is not good in FIFA at all. He ain't got the pace. If you are playing for fun, this is a great fun card to use. But if you're playing to win, 65 sprint speed in midfield is not going to be good, especially on the counter. If you're playing possession play style, maybe it's okay, but most people don't like to play those sort of play styles, or even if they did, they don't like to use slow players in midfield. So on the defense, this player, this Thiago here, is not good. He's just not good. So I want to show you some players, some alternative to him that you could use that will 100% work. So the first and the best, I feel like the best sentiment, if you are to just say, yo, who is the best, I would just go as far as to say, just get WIJNALDUM, my guy. Get WIJNALDUM. I know you could argue KANTE is great, but if I'm honest with you, like, passing-wise, KANTE, he always has that thing where he's not like the best passing in the world, he's not the best shooter in the world, he's more like a CDM, maybe pushing it to sentiment sort of position. So I don't like him specifically as a sentiment because he cannot dribble. Maybe in a 4-1-2-1-2 as a second sentiment, but in a 4-2-2, he will be the CDM, and right next to him, I'll be playing WIJNALDUM. So I would say WIJNALDUM is the absolute best. Other alternative, if you're in like a lower budget and stuff, I think, well, this is not in a lower budget, this is actually a linear alternative, it's ALLAN. I think ALLAN is absolutely cracked. I actually will go as far as to say ALLAN is a better alternative to those that don't want to use KANTE. Why am I saying this? And you'll be like, yo, bro, Crunch, it's freaking crazy. How can he say that ALLAN is as good, better, or whatever than KANTE? Well, if you look at KANTE and ALLAN and you compare them per position, just from their stats, because the main thing people could argue is KANTE is 88 rated. Well, if ALLAN were to have his initial position as a CDM, he would be 85 rated, literally pushing to 86. KANTE as an 88 rated, he's actually an 86 as a CDM. Add to that ALLAN as a sentiment is 83. If KANTE were to be a sentiment, he would be 82 rated. More than likely because of his international reputation and stuff like that, he would be 83. He would be on the same level as ALLAN. But in reality, a card like ALLAN is absolutely goated because of those sort of things. So this card is insane, and especially if you apply a shadow on him, I feel like he's one of the best. I don't put him over WIJNALDUM because I feel like WIJNALDUM can shoot better, he has more pace, and he can pass the ball around better. That's the main thing why I think WIJNALDUM is superior. And right now, WIJNALDUM is also cheaper. Like, literally, ALLAN is going through the roof right now. He's on 110k, about to get extinct because, he's not in packs. It's only his OTW. And, well, WIJNALDUM is impact, so you can 100% get him. Now, next up, we can go with, I think Kovacic is absolutely cracked. I would like to see Lo Celso, but if I'm honest with you, I think Kovacic is better than Lo Celso. Like, I like Lo Celso and everything, but he has a 3-3 fit, and I don't like that in midfield. Has he got outside of the foot trade? Okay, cool. So, could be alright. He has good passing and everything, but I think a player like Kovacic will bring more into your team because of his dribbling, 4-4. He has high. Is it the same for him? Like, they are literally really similar cards. I don't even know why I'm not actually considering Lo Celso. Lo Celso could 100% be in this list. I don't know. There is something about him that I just didn't like. I just thought someone like Kovacic would be better. I'm yet to try both, so Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe Lo Celso is an absolute beast, and I'm just being stupid. It's just like, look, Kovacic. You know, I like the passing a lot. I like the 4-4 to move the ball forward. 88 dribbling is absolutely correct. High pace. But now when I look at Lo Celso, it's nearly the same thing. It's just the balance is not 80. Well, yeah, they are really similar. There's no reason for me not to put Lo Celso in this list. A player like Van de Beek, he's not my sort of player. I'll go as far as to say stay away from Van de Beek because this type of sentiment is not good. I know he's medium high, you know, he will go forward, blah, blah, blah. But if you want a player that's slow, at least make sure he has like 90 strength, you know, like Pogba. You know, you look at Pogba, yeah, at the end of the day, yes, agility, balancing the best. Every FIFA he's just absolutely goated. He's strong. He can jump. He's tall. He can shoot. He can pass. He's not he ain't got the most space, but he's always, because he's tall, he finds a way to make that a bit faster than usual. But Van de Beek is like not even a Tesco's version of Pogba. He's like way worse. He only has a bit of shooting, but I will argue that shooting ain't the best because he ain't got pace. It's so hard to put him in actual positions where he can try and actually score without shooting, if you get me. So yeah, I'll personally stay away from him if you could. And then other positions that I liked, Jorginho, stay away. Wijnaldum is slow. Dele Alli is the same thing of Van de Beek. They're literally the same card. When I look at both, they are like the same type of players, bro. Like seriously, they are. But well, in real life, I will argue they're the same type of players. They only work in certain schemes. So in FIFA, I don't think they are both the best. I wouldn't, again, maybe Bruno Fernandes with 68 defending ain't bad in midfield. Like, you could even try and use him in midfield, because if you can use Kovacic, you can use this guy with Hunter, with Shadow or Hunter in midfield. Like, he has high as well, right? So yeah, he can be a sentiment, especially his inform. But I think those are, again, too pricey. And we're going for weekend league. First weekend league, a lot of people are not gonna have that many coins, you know. I think Fred is also a really interesting option. I also think Ndombele is an interesting option. I wanted to go for 4-4 more than anything. I think Chamberlain is a really interesting option. I wouldn't use Sissoko as a sentiment, not even if FIFA came to me and said, yo, bro, we'll pay you to use him as a sentiment. Apart from that, I think most other options are a bit, way cheaper than what we're looking for in weekend league. Like, you could use Bamem. Yet again, he's the same as Sissoko. He's a cheaper Sissoko. He's a CDM. Not to play him there. Now, let's look at the other cards that we were looking at. I think now, after going through my bias in Lo Celso, I think Lo Celso is good. I think he's a great card you could use. Shadow, play midfield. I thought he wasn't, but then after I saw his shooting, dribbling, passing, he looks insane in midfield. Give him a chance and let me know how it goes. I don't know why Kovacic, for me, always more responsive. Fred, dribbling, insane. Shorter than everyone else. Good pace. Bad strength, but it doesn't matter because he's a bit aggressive. He's like Kante sort of thing, but then the strength is quite low. Shadow, insane sentiment. He can go up front and shoot. If you want, you can even play Hunter. Even better for sentiment. But for some reason, if I'm playing a 2-man sentiment, I also like to bring the option of putting Shadow on, in case you want that extra defending. You can have Hunter, but at the end of the day, I feel like that difference, if it's not 90 finishing, if it's not 85 finishing, it's like, whatever, In this case, when you apply Shadow, he does have insane defending stats, which is great to get the ball. The thing I didn't like about him was the passing. That's why if I had to pick between one and the other, more than likely I would go for Kovacic. To see how that passing actually is in game, I'll give him a chance to see what's up with that passing. If I don't think that passing is like, whoa, out of this world, I will give Fred a chance. And then Ndombele is like a poor man's choice yet again. Oh my day, 63 stamina, that's unusable for sentiment. I'm sorry. You can give him a chance, he's cheap. But I'll prefer Chamberlain with 78 stamina, and then you apply Shadow on him. And I'll go as far as to say, I was looking and I could get Chamberlain or I could get Van de Beek. And I'll go as far as to say, I think Chamberlain is way above Van de Beek. Way above Van de Beek. Mainly due to pace, mainly due to pricing, mainly due to 4-4. I don't know why, but like, I don't like any player with a 3-star weak for the midfield. Like, I'll pass ALLAN because I'll pass ALLAN. But even like Lo Celso, bro, 3-star, I don't like that. I know that Young performs like a beast, But even to me, at some point, I didn't like the Young because of the 3-star weak fit. If you don't mind the 3-star weak fit, 100% you can get players with 3-star weak fit. But I don't know. I think in Chamberlain, you know, with Shadow, with this dribbling, even though it doesn't look like the best, if he had 80 agility, we would be literally creaming over freaking Chamberlain. But because he ain't got 80 and he has got like a yellow thingy there, he's not, you know, more expensive, or he's not more used. So his passing is not even bad. It's similar to Fred's. His shooting is similar to Fred's. The jumping is not like Fred's, but overall, I think these cards absolutely cracked for the price. Shadow is like 3k. You add a little bit more, and that's a great card. So I hope you have a better understanding for what to use in Weekend League. Have a lot of coins? Buy WIJNALDUM. And have even more coins and want a more defensive-minded player? Get ALLAN. You're feeling, yo, you know what? I don't have that many coins. I want to go into this Weekend League with, you know, a good team, easy players, not spend that much, see what I can get. Get Chamberlain. Have, you know, are you in between Chamberlain and WIJNALDUM because you're like, yo, you know what? I want someone cheaper. And you can try Fred. Are you a player that I need an upgrade on Chamberlain, but I cannot make it to Fred yet? I'm full Prem and I don't mind losing links. I'm full Prem and I don't need links. Give Kovacic a chance. Are you don't mind a 3-star weak fit and you want a player that can score, go forward, do a lot of things and perform over, you know, the amount of coins that you're paying? Get Lo Celso with Shadow. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Are you feeling like you have a lot of coins and you don't mind burning through your whole budget? Okay, go ahead, get Kante with Pogba together. More than likely, this is the best Weekend League combination. But I'm not about that 500k life. I'm not about that life. So I'll every day of the week take WIJNALDUM and ALLAN over Kante and Pogba combination. In the future, I can do CDMs. This was more like sentiment minded. So yeah, love you all. See you all. Goodbye.